get cracking with the show, Joe. I think we know where we're going to start. Huge game tomorrow. The first trophy of the season is up for grab. Carabao Cup final between Arsenal and Man City. We've got an Arsenal fan, we've got a City fan. So what's the plan?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a combined 11 for the final we're looking for here. So form and injuries should be taken into account, but also sort of big game factor. We can throw that in there as well. Any disagreement between the lads? Matisse, you're going to have the casting vote as the neutral in the room, I suppose, because you've got Spurs, United, so we can't really make a decision here.
Matisse.
Matisse, it's all on you. Goalkeeper. Is there a disagreement?
Gotta be David Raya.
Good debate.
I think Raya's had a slightly better season in the last eight to 9 months, 100%. You're top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League, doing very well. But Donnarumma, he's one of the best keepers in the world. I think only Courtois can really talk to Donnarumma. 16 playing for AC Milan, won a treble with PSG last season. I mean, David Raya can't talk to Donnarumma.
Flapping at corners, all that stuff.
He's struggled when he's come in certain areas for sure, but his legacy as a keeper right now, he's in a whole different stratosphere to David Raya.
I think Raya's in much better form. Is the question who we're taking in the final tomorrow?
Will he play tomorrow?
He might not even start. This is the thing. Obviously, he might play Kepa. I would start Raya. You've got to control the controllables, and the controllable is picking our best keeper, and I think we've got to pick him.
Even though Donnarumma, has proven in finals he could be a massive game-changing factor.
I just think all round, the kick-in, the distribution, the way he claims crosses, Raya, like the technical side of his goalkeeping is unbelievable. Donnarumma, don't get me wrong, the strength, the shot stopping is unbelievable, but all round as a keeper, if you ask keeper specialists.
It's interesting listening to both press conferences, wasn't it? Because Pep Guardiola straight away said, Trafford is playing, but Arteta was asked the same question. He said, we'll see. So he's keeping his cards quite close to his chest.
Listen, we could play Kepa. I just think you've got to play your best. We have to win this game. And we'll talk about maybe where the game will be in a minute. But we have to win this game. It's one of the big picks that we can do. So just pick our best keeper.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, they have to win this game. It's a big game for them. Look, I think Donnarumma. No, not in a bad way. But I think they have to win it more than Man City. City won 4 in a row. But I just remember England versus Italy. He wins Player of the Tournament. The saves that he was pulling off in the final. In one moment in a final, Donnarumma, I mean, it's unbelievable. Remember the game against you lot last season? Kept PSG in the game.
If we're talking about who we're picking tomorrow in the final,
I'd pick Donnarumma over Raya
every day. Who's the better keeper right now? It's got to be Raya.
Right, Matisse, there's no agreement from our guests. So you get the casting vote. Where are you going?
It's so difficult because naturally I pivot more to the keeper with more reach in terms of like your Courtoises, your Petr Cechs I grew up on. And obviously Donnarumma's got that as well in spades. But then penalties saving in terms of that ability. I've seen Donnarumma as well. If it gets to that stage in the final, you'd probably want him. You wouldn't want to take him out. But Raya's distribution is better. He's an elite shot stopper as well. Obviously, the most clean sheets. The defence helps in front.
The save against Leverkusen in the week, unbelievable.
Outrageous, yeah.
Matisse, we need a call.
Come on.
I'm gonna edge it slightly just to Raya, purely because he's been in form, I think, at the highest level for slightly longer. I remember Donnarumma having mistakes prior to the season before this with PSG in big games and in Champions League knockouts prior to last season. So
Buvey's face, not
He just won the Champions League with PSG.
I know, but I think
maybe
Raya
the season
right now,
I get you.
the season before.
Maybe,
so
maybe.
It's fine margins. It is,
Right back. Who's getting picked tomorrow?
To be fair, it's the closest it's ever been. Timber's not been in amazing form, but I still think when Timber's fit, if you gave him 2 weeks in Marbella, he'd be unbelievable. I just think he's played so much football this season, thousands and thousands of minutes.
Is he fit for final?
Should be.
Yeah.
I think he's been included in the Netherlands squad, so I think he's fine. Yeah, look, Timber, he's maybe there's certain areas of his game that can he whip in across, not necessarily, but 1v1, especially up against Doku, we need him. He's the best right back. I think it's clear.
Yeah, it looks like he will be fit, doesn't he? I think it's a late fitness test. I think Odegaard and Timber, Mikel Arteta said yesterday, they'll assess in training, but looks like will be available, which is big news for Arsenal. Centre-backs, we're doing them as a pair. Total agreement. Yeah. Saliba and Gabriel.
Obviously couldn't pick Guehi here either because he is illegible. If you could have picked Guehi, if he was it wasn't eligible for this because of the Crystal Palace.
Maybe over Saliba? Move. Does Saliba win Crystal Palace their first ever FA Cup, their first ever trophy, beat Liverpool in a Community Shield and all that? I'm not sure. I think Guehi's right. I think Guehi's in a world-class conversation. But Gabriel's clear of both of them, of course.
Do you remember that Jamie Carragher thing about Van Dijk when he said it's almost like the game's too easy for him?
Yeah.
That's how Saliba's playing at the minute. Honestly, he's in the best form of his Arsenal career. He's been, if you watch him against Leverkusen, it's men against boys. This guy is unbelievable. Every aspect of a centre-back. Stepping forward into midfield, he's added that to his game in terms of stepping out and sort of driving us up the field, recoveries, everything in the air. He's unbelievable.
They've been an amazing partnership, of course. Who do you look at as having the better season out of the two?
Do you know what's funny? If you in about November or December, I remember being on and talking about Gabriel. I think what happens sometimes is I call it like consistency bias. Someone's so good. Harry Kane has it. We talk about this a lot. Like when you're so good, so consistently for so long, sometimes you almost go unnoticed in a weird way. Saliba has had a couple of moments this season, but since January, the form he is in, it's extraordinary. He's unbelievable.
Okay, so let's put them up there. No debate from Booze other than trying to get Guehi in, but he couldn't
not allowed
because
to play.
of the illegibility.
Yes, big loss that, isn't it?
I think we have a disagreement at left back though.
I think this is relatively easy.
Who are you going for?
Nico O'Reilly. I think he started the season so well at left back, can pop into midfield as well. Obviously, Calafiori started really well. Then he's been replaced with Hincapié. I think as a pure left back who could bomb forward, I think Nico O'Reilly's better than Hincapié. But Hincapié's had a great season.
I'm not sure about the Hincapié shout. Look, I think with Calafiori, what he offers you, I think sometimes when we play Timber and Hincapié as fullbacks, you're not conceding anything, but it's a touch industrial, and the midfielders have to drop back to try and pick up the ball and progress it. Calafiori completely changes that. He's such a good footballer. I think with Nico
Why
O'Reilly,
is he not starting though? Why is he not starting over?
He's not even starting
a
for
lot
Arsenal.
of it's been fitness, and in Capia, I think it's sort of the defensive security. Nico O'Reilly, I would say, is better further up the pitch.
Yeah,
in terms of
I do
crushing
agree.
The box, et cetera,
Yeah, I
et
do
cetera,
agree.
as a pure left back.
Yeah.
Also, in terms of his 1v1 defending, I remember when he came in, there was a game against Haaland where he got Calafiori got done out wide by Savinho. Since then, he's really worked on his distances where he stood. He's so good.
It'd be nice to have an actual fullback though in the side. Like not every. I don't want to play 4 centre backs in this. Like we're having a laugh, aren't we? Today Saturday morning.
game, mate.
We don't need to be overly
Do you know
pragmatic.
do you know who started
Let's
that?
play 4 centre backs.
Do you know who started that? Pep, because he saw.
Yeah, he won a treble with it, and
He
then
saw
you
Sacco
copied
Martinelli.
him.
He
You
saw
copied
Sacco
him after
Martinelli
you
and
got
got
smashed
scared.
4-1 for it. Arteta copied the 4 centre backs from Pep because he got smashed in the
Because
treble
Pep
winning
got
season
scared
home
by
and away.
Sacco Martinelli. That's why.
No, because City
Literally
won
said
a
it.
treble with 4 centre backs, and you've not even won diddly squat with 4 centre backs.
Diddly squat. I've not heard the phrase
Jeremy
diddly
Clarkson
squat
lost
in a
it.
long
One with
time.
4 centre backs, you won nothing with
We'll
it.
win something tomorrow, mate.
Oh yeah, is it? Yeah.
Okay, so Matisse is coming down to you.
God, a bit feisty, that, isn't it? Matisse.
This
Settle
is
this.
two completely different players, isn't it? I think I prefer O'Reilly further forward as well. Calafiori, I feel like in a one-off game in that position has played the position maybe for longer over the course of his career as well. Obviously, he's got experience playing centre back.
Best defence, also as a group. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's an unbelievable defence, yeah, but Nico O'Reilly would add something to this defence, 100%. He's been brilliant.
So you think
this
with
season.
Nico O'Reilly been starting consistently for Arsenal in that team?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
I saw Lewis Skelly play there
Calafiori,
last
he
year,
doesn't
and
even
then he's been
start for
taken out
Arsenal.
this year.
Miles can't even get. Miles is like third choice at this point. That's how strong we are. Hincapié could be another shot as well.
Yeah,
Hincapié's been amazing.
if I had to do an Arsenal player, it would be Hincapié over Calafiori. He's been brilliant.
I think for the fact that they have the best defence, I'm keeping the camaraderie between them.
Not had a City player on the
not a
board
City
yet,
player
by
at
the way.
all. No
Donnarumma.
If he'd gone for midfield, I think it would have been a better shout. But
O'Reilly.
it's
Wow. Boo's not happy at all.
Buvey's not happy.
Shocking,
But
guys.
to be fair, he's best defence in the
Yeah.
in the league.
Next up.
It's got to be.
Right, here we go.
It's got to be, man. Look,
Total agreement for Rodri.
I think my one question about City is defending runners from deep and runners from the midfield. You get attracted over, and Rodri has not been as solid in terms of sort of commanding the defence and organising the defence. But it's Rodri. It's a Ballon d'Or winner.
One thing I will say though is you went for David Raya in goal over Donnarumma's sort of legacy pick. But Zubimendi, is he not having a better season overall than Rodri this
I
campaign?
don't think so. I think Guardiola's exposed Rodri. He's not protected Rodri with an extra midfielder alongside him. Zubimendi's got Rice, Odegaard drops in, Eze does great defensive work. The back four is really compact. I think Zubimendi gets a little bit more protection than Rodri. It's not fair what Rodri's been asked to do. Rodri's a higher level footballer than Zubimendi, 100%.
Look, I think if you asked me maybe 3 months ago, it could have been a conversation, but I think Rodri since the turn of the year, I think also your point about protection is a good one. Zubimendi is knackered. He's played like 3,200 minutes or something, so it's crazy. Rodri, in terms of his passing, it's just another level to Zubimendi. And by the way, fair enough, it's a Ballon d'Or winner. It's just
Spain have got both together. They'll start both. And
Well,
we're debating
it's
Elliot
crazy.
Anderson.
They might not.
We're debating Elliot Anderson, guys.
Yeah, Pedri in there as well. All right, so there's no debate there. We can stick that one up on the board. Finally, we've got a City player up there because this is a combined 11, not just Arsenal's team. Let's do one at a time. Let's do
So one at a
Declan
time.
first.
So Declan Rice.
PFA Player of the Year would win 100%.
Do you think he is? Obviously, you cover Arsenal. You watched every Arsenal game twice, you've told us previously. Has he been the standout player for Arsenal consistently across the season?
I've annoyed some Arsenal fans this week by suggesting Bruno Fernandes might have a shout because he's on for the assist record. But I think, look, Rice, it depends where you go. If you're judging overall in all competitions, where Arsenal are in all 4 competitions, he's been our most consistent player. He's arguably been our best player. Again, it's back to that consistency bias. Every week, he's so good. 90th minute, he's sprinting back. The fitness and stamina on this guy is a joke. It's a joke. He's unbelievable. And yeah, I think he's a great shout for Player of the Year.
Yeah, only Zubimendi's played more minutes amongst outfield players for Arsenal. Only Bruno Fernandes has created more chances. He's chipped in with 5 goals, 9 assists in all comps. I think stamina's a great shout as well. He is everywhere, isn't he?
Honestly, mate, crazy.
Stick him up.
I saw your potential Ballon d'Or shout for Declan.
Well, listen,
You think this could be
if England win the World Cup and Arsenal win the Premier League or Champions League, why can't he be?
Booth?
Well, you've got to get England to win a World Cup for the first
that's
time
the
in
question.
66, and you've got to get Arsenal winning their first league title in 25 years. Like, these are big ifs. You might as well do the Thunderball. You might as well do the Thunderball on Wednesday. Seriously, I mean, it's like more likely just win the League Cup. Let's just one thing at a time. League Cup, one thing at a time, please.
What you say? Do you think people are getting a bit carried away, Bibby? Because they are still in 4 competitions, to be fair.
I like the shout. I want England to win the World Cup. Is it going to happen? I think it's about 10 countries ahead of England.
10?
Come on,
The South American lads, France, Spain, Germany, Portugal. Yeah.
Nah, not 10.
That's
10.
England got
Crazy.
players.
Come on.
They got a top manager as
Let's
well.
get back on track though and go
back
to the
on track,
attacking
yeah.
midfield.
Who have you gone for?
Eze.
Wow, a reverse.
Wow, so you've got Arsenal fan going for the City player. And
I think he's
fan
been
going for the Arsenal player.
your best player this season.
So I can't see your card.
Bernardo Silva.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's been your best player.
In the last few weeks, Eze has gone to a whole different level, and this is what Crystal Palace fans were saying for so many years. He comes good at this point in the season. How he got Crystal Palace to win that FA Cup, the goals every single
The goal
round.
midweek.
And
Oh,
What was that, yeah.
That changes the game for Arsenal. It was a tight game. You were drawing the game against Leverkusen, you weren't through. That was a match-winning game in the Champions League. He's been exquisite, Eze. He really has been.
Listen, man, I'm not going to argue against you. You want to put Ezra out?
just out of interest, though,
I think
why Bernardo?
Bernardo
Because we all
Silva-
love Bernardo, and just intrigued to know why him over an Arsenal player for you.
How many positions has he played? How much does he run? How much does he fight? He feels like one of the only City players still engaged at points, like actually engaged in what you guys are doing. I can't believe you haven't
I just think the level's not there with Eze. Eze's in his prime years. He's changing games.
If you're talking like the last couple of weeks, I'd pick Eze, but we're talking about over the
Yeah.
course of the season.
No
et cetera,
Turkey in this
et cetera.
conversation.
He might be.
He might be
He
coming.
might be. No spoilers.
Coming up.
Oh, okay.
No
Okay.
spoilers.
I'll have it.
Interestingly,
Thanks, mate.
Bernardo Silva is the only Man City player that's featured in every single Premier League game.
Yeah.
Is that a good
Only
thing?
player.
Is that a good thing, though? He looks burnt out. Like, he's running, and you're right about that. But the intensity, it's all well and good, like, covering 6 out of 10 games out every single week.
Yeah.
But he isn't contributing those big moments. That's not his fault. But I don't think he needs to start every game.
To be fair, one of the issues, and probably why this board looks the way it does, is it feels like he's playing every position. You're playing every version of fullbacks, every version of centre backs. Like I think you'll probably play Diaz and Kuznov tomorrow.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
You don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, Haaland.
Who?
Haaland.
Let's go to your right winger, I believe. Then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Saka and Cherky.
Saka v
John
Cherky.
Cherky.
So you've not got a Saka booth.
I love Saka. I think he's struggled a little bit this season. I think he's actually lost a little bit of pace. I think if Arsenal win the league title this season, of course, you're massive favourites. I don't think he's even in top 5 most important players for you this season. I even think Gyökeres has been more effective. I'm not saying he's a better footballer than Saka, but I look at some of the spine that you've got. I think Raya's ahead of him, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Rice, Zubimendi. I don't think he's been as consequential as he has been in previous seasons.
Ooh, what do you make of that statement? If Arsenal win the league, Saka's not been in the top 5 most important players.
It's actually not crazy. He's not been as good this season. It has to be said. I will say, if you look around the league, like someone like an Anthony Gordon, he's scored like 4 against Carabao, whatever it was. I think he's got like 3 Premier League goals. Wingers in general are struggling. But if you look at Saka's underlying numbers, the progressive passes, touches in the box, expected assists, all the underlying creative numbers, he's still right up there. It's just the output. But a lot of the issue is he's out here. He's not in here. And when he played in here against Wolves, scored literally within about 2 minutes. If you played him inside, he would score more
Do you think he's
goals.
number 10 long term?
For me, yeah.
Wow.
Really?
I also
Wow.
your shout about the running is something. He does feel like he's lost a little bit of burst. And one of Saka's best qualities is riding contact. If you put him inside, he can take it round you and push you off. He's so strong.
And you got Cherky.
Yeah, I think it's his first season in the Premier League, one of the most creative players I've ever seen in my life, and even against Real Madrid, look, a losing side to Real Madrid home and away. but he was unbelievable when he played. Some of the balls through it, it's unbelievable. And if this Arsenal side had anyone like Cherki, I think they'd be 15 points clear in the title race.
Do you think his best role, though, was out on that right-hand side rather than being in the 10?
I couldn't put Eze on the right. Obviously, he never plays on the right. Cherki has played off the wing. Eze has to be in the 10 for me. He's been so good for Arsenal.
So you'd have Eze. If both of those were in the 10, Eze versus Cherki, you'd have Eze over Cherki?
Right now, 100%.
But you've played Semenyo there, you've played Bernardo Silva there. You can't, Cherki's not held down the position.
No, but I think he's one of those a rare footballer that can play anywhere across the front three. He's a very special footballer. You could definitely play him off the right.
Matisse, I mean, we'll allow you to rearrange as well, Matisse, if you want to rearrange.
I personally wanted to see Cherki in the 10. I don't think Eze's been consistent this season. I think he's had a pocket of really top-level games, but I think Cherki is more of a difference maker in a final at this current moment with both feet off, the dribble with the passing range and the vision that he has. The shooting that we've seen from him as well. I know you talk about Eze shooting, but we've seen some really good shooting from Cherki.
Yeah.
I think Saka has to start on the right. The longevity he's done in this league, big game player, we've seen it for England. We've seen it for Arsenal. I think this season is his first season, you could say, struggling for Arsenal, but he's put in such a catalogue of work over the
solid,
years.
yeah.
If you understand it.
Of course.
But in a one-off game on that right-hand side position, like you said, Cherki can play anywhere.
Yeah.
I have to put Saka on the right. For me, Cherki's over Eze in the 10, but...
Oh, OK, so you're suggesting...
You wanted to swap it out?
For me personally, I don't think Eze should be in the 10. I think it should be Cherki.
OK,
Let's
well,
So, Matisse, you're at the helm.
So Matisse has called it, Cherki replacing Eze.
Cherki's a better player, in my opinion, than Eze.
Let's go to the left wing then next. Now, you're talking about goal-scoring wingers, Alex, earlier in numbers. This is, the numbers are outrageous. 15 goals, 5 assists in all comps, and how quickly he's adapted. He's been one of the players of the season in the Prem as well, isn't he?
He's an Arsenal fan as well. So annoying.
Why don't you go and get him? What was the issue, do you think?
I wanted to, but we just don't really move like that. I think there's some rumours about did he want to come to Arsenal, but I'm not going to get into that. But I think, in terms of what we needed on our left-hand side, in terms of the consistency as a goal scorer, as a second 9, he could have been so much for us. I'd have loved him, absolutely loved him. I think he's an extraordinary player.
Yeah, phenomenal player.
Okay, let's stick him up.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then we're on to the striker.
The only thing I'd say about Victor Gyökeres is that he's having a better 2026. I think he gives you a lot of structure. I think Haaland has gone missing the last 15 games, and it's really shocking. His start of the season's so good. I mean, he's on a whole different planet to Gyökeres, but Gyökeres has done really well for Arsenal.
What's gone on with Haaland, though, recently?
It's hard to explain. I don't think he's making back post runs. I think he's frustrated with the lack of rhythm. He doesn't know where that ball's coming from. With De Bruyne, it was almost the same ball every single week. And you're looking at it and thinking, I don't know if Cherki's on the right, I don't know if Doku's on the left, Savinho's starting against Real Madrid. But ultimately, as a top-level professional, a world-class footballer, he has to take it into his own hands, drop deep, link up play, make the game about him. And he's not doing that.
Do you know, I don't disagree with that. I think on Gyökeres, his game against, I think it was Leverkusen, was the best I've seen him play. He didn't score, but it was the best I've seen him play in terms of he looks at the level of the game, he looks fit, he can hold it, even 50% of the time, which has been a big problem for him. If he can keep that up, I'm really excited because if he gets into this location and gets the ball out of his feet, it's a goal. It is a goal. So Gyökeres isn't as far from Haaland as he used to be, I don't think, but it's Haaland.
OK, stick him up then. So there we go.
Look at that.
There we have it. There's confirmation of Buvey and Alex's combined Arsenal and Man City 11 based on players that are available for the Cup final. So shall we chat about the Cup final?
Yeah, let's have a quick prediction, shall we, before we go to break? Booze, how's it going to go?
If Manchester City get everything right in terms of Guardiola picks the best possible 11, double pivot with Nico Gonzalez in there, Cherki, maybe Bernardo for a bit of control, keep it tight in the midfield, compete against your midfield with Rice's brilliance of Mendy, City have got a big chance in this game, but I don't know if Guardiola will still try the single pivot. That's the concern for me. 3-0 Man City.
I'm really concerned. 3-0 Man City.
It was 3-0 last time we played in the League Cup final, so we're laughing. Last time it happened, it was 3-0.
It was.
Got a stat for you.
Go on.
Pep has managed 3 goal involvements from his substitutes this season in the league. Mikel's managed 22.
Wow.
I think as long as we don't, blow up in the first half, we're second half FC, you are not second half FC, and we will win this game.
Score?
2-0, Saka and Trossard.
3-0, 2-0.
Matisse, neutral in the room. What are you saying?
I could see it going all the way to penalties. Because I think City have to win this personally. The way that Arsenal have got that lead in the league, they're clear. I think Arsenal win the league. I think it's pretty much almost done. City have to win this game for me. With the implosion in midweek, with the Real Madrid game, the league fall off with the back-to-back drop points. I think they have to win. So I think they'll take Arsenal all the way. I'm going to go over Man City win on penalties. Donnarumma.
Donnarumma on
Donnarumma
penalties is a
specialty
deciding
potentially.
factor, isn't he?
First of the quadruple.
Yeah, Trafford will be on. Trafford will be on.
Yeah, there we
Trafford will be
go.
on the
If that's the case, then
There we go. All right, get split.